Apple, in many ways, is a distillation of what people love about technology brands. It's cleaner, nicer, more user-friendly, yet more expensive, equally pollutive, and all marketed to you in a way that makes you love Apple and buy more of its products. Shopping in an Apple store is an experience that's defined by the Genius Bar, the wooden tables, and some of the most expensive hardware and software that you'll ever see. The store is designed to lure you in, to draw you into the Apple world, to provide a seamless transition from want to have. Apple is blanketed in a welcoming, smooth, and sleek marketing image that irons away its wrinkles and creates a false sense of quality and integrity about Apple and its products. Every product is presented in a halo of light that commands no other competition in the US. The commercials show, don't tell, how the next and newest Apple product will revolutionize your life.
Steve Jobs continues to be an icon of Apple even after his death. He has set the bar for successful American entrepreneurship, marketing, and technology. To the masses, Steve Jobs is an irreplaceable brand built upon a foundation of Apple products that most of us know and love. However, beneath the seamless white facade, Steve Jobs was a temperamental coworker and boss, often credited with designs that weren't always his, and criticized for his business tactics and attitude. The result is a debate that extends and glorifies Jobs' continuing iconic image and disguises the different criticisms of him as a leader.
Apple's commercial triumph in the United States is based on the large-scale outsourcing of its production in Asian supply chain factories. As a principal manufacturer of products and components for Apple, Taiwanese company Foxconn currently employs 1.4 million workers in China alone. Apple, Foxconn, and workers in China are stakeholders in the high-tech production of Apple products, but the profits given by each party are unequal. For example, Apple keeps 58.5% of an iPhone's sale price, while only 1.8% of Apple profits goes to the manufacturers in China, of which only a fraction ends up in the hands of workers. With its rather thin margins, Foxconn survives by operating at a tremendous scale by holding labor costs as close to zero as possible. Power asymmetries assure Apple's power in price setting and product delivery, resulting in intense pressure, illegal overtime, and deteriorating working conditions for workers.
Apple projects itself as the dominant company of Silicon Valley and is the brand that people know and love. However, the realization that other companies can encroach on Apple's market share drives them to use the law to drive out to the competition. When Samsung smartphones began to outsell the iPhone, Apple invoked its patents on the most intuitive and essential features, such as bounce back and pinch to zoom, rather than develop innovative solutions. Simultaneously, Apple circumvents the law to avoid paying the proper amount of taxes, to avoid labor laws that require employers to provide safe conditions and livable wages, and environmental laws that require employers to safely and responsibly dispose of waste. Apple's soft image is a very intentional contrast to its hard use of the law.
In many ways, Apple has powerfully and intuitively stepped forward in their designs by harmoniously making more environmentally friendly materials into their products. The Mac Mini uses 1/8 the power consumed by a typical light bulb, making it the most energy-efficient desktop computer in the world. Despite its incredibly glossy reputation, Apple is not completely green. For decades, Apple, like many other companies, unapologetically utilized toxic substances like arsenic, mercury, brominated flame retardants, and polyvinyl chloride. In 2006, Greenpeace criticized Apple for their use of non-environmentally friendly products. However, in 2012, Apple was responsible for contributing 30.9 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions into the environment. Apple, the company we know and love, is actually pitch black at the core.
It's a vivid realization of fantasy and reality of marketing.
Steve Jobs.
Labor practices.
Apple's legal tactics.
Environmental issues.